What's up again, Hollywood Horror Film Club, Ghostface, and Michael Myers collectors? Thank you for joining me here on the channel again for a new video on this beautiful Thursday. Today we're going to be going over the news for a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But before we start, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps us out in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification, hit the thumbs up button, comment below, and share these videos so we can keep getting recommended in the algorithm. All right, so this news kind of flew by me. Well, I heard about it, but I was busy making the Ghostface of Scream fan film, so I didn't have time to make a video on it. And this news came out back in like around February. It says February 5th, 2024 right here on this article. But yeah, it's about the new Texas Chainsaw Legacy movie that was announced a few 3 or 4 months back, I suppose. And yeah, like I said, I never got around to discussing making this video and discussing about this movie because I was busy making finalizing the Ghostface of Scream fan film. Hope it's not too late. I love Leatherface. I love everything Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. So let's take a look what this article says on JoeBlow.com. It says right here, Texas Chainsaw Legacy, Leatherface. That's the title for the new movie, Texas Chainsaw Legacy. It sounds kind of cool. It sounds pretty cool already. Leatherface raids a gated community in the new sequel. Okay, that's interesting because usually Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies take place in like rural Texas, in the backwoods, in the hick towns and shit that only like rednecks live at, so it's very interesting to see how they would be handling Ghostface in the suburbs basically. So yeah, let's keep reading. Texas Chainsaw Legacy, a new entry in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise will reportedly show Leatherface messing with a gated community. That's kind of almost like Texas Chainsaw 3D in a way because they did live in a gated mansion house, gated property. So I could kind of see where they're going. All right, let's continue. The latest film in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, a movie simply titled Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was released through Netflix streaming service back in February 2022. Remember that one, y'all? Remember that one that came out like yeah, it was probably like what, two years ago? I think 2 years ago. Let me see, because Scream 5 came out in 2022. So yeah, okay, so that was like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, that came out back in February 2022. Like I said, y'all remember that one? It was all right. And it appeared to do well at the time. It was the second most viewed movie on the service during the February 14th to February 20th time period, which only covered its first 3 days of release. In those 3 days, Netflix subscribers streamed the film for a total of 29.18 million hours. Texas Chainsaw Massacre also ranked in the top 10 in 94 countries, reaching number 1 in the daily lists in the United States, Bolivia, Brazil, Honduras, Oman, Philippines, and Saudi Arabia. Just a few months later, we heard a rumor that Netflix had ordered 2 more Chainsaw movies. Okay, so it seems like Netflix is still in charge of these movies. Okay, so yeah, what's it called? Later, we heard a rumor that Netflix had ordered 2 more Chainsaw movies. Now, industry scooper Daniel Richman reports that a new sequel called Texas Chainsaw Legacy is in the works. And while it's not clear if this is indeed a Netflix production, Richmond did spill some plot details. All right, so they're kind of back and forth. It seems like Netflix might be involved because it says that Netflix ordered 2 more movies, but then it says that it's not clear Netflix is involved. It's kind of contradictory, but let's continue. All right, so according to Daniel Richmond, yeah, right here. According to Richmond, Texas Chainsaw Legacy will tell the following story with thanks to Geeks Vibe Nation for sharing the synopsis. Texas Chainsaw Legacy delves into the tranquil facade of Oasis Oaks, a gated community. It sounds super rich already, huh? Oasis Oaks. I said Oasis Oaks, a gated community nestled in rural Texas. Oh, so it's still in rural Texas. Yes, it has to be because that's where Leatherface usually operates, in the like I said, in the hick backwoods. Yeah, so So Oasis Oaks, a gated community nestled in rural Texas, amidst the meticulously manicured lawns and vigilant security patrols. Our protagonist family epitomizes suburban bliss. Yeah, you see, I knew it pretty much. They're pretty much trying to bring Leatherface into the suburbs, like you know how Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, even Jason has been to the suburbs himself. You know, Chucky operates in the suburbs as well too. Well, Chucky operates anywhere, honestly, but Child's Play 2 was in the suburbs. The new TV series did take place in the suburbs, the first season at least. So yeah, so they're bringing Leatherface into the suburbs, which, you know what, I don't mind. That's actually new. It's a new idea. It's actually kind of fresh too, because we never ever see fucking Leatherface in the suburbs. He's always, like I said, in the hick backwoods, in the hick backwood towns of Texas, Travis County, Texas, you know, always driving along this deserted long stretch of highway, and around those cornfields lies a house of cannibalistic maniac family, you know. And that's very interesting, because it's gonna give Leatherface a whole new vibe to him, you know, because like I said, you know, you never see Leatherface in the suburbs at all. That's like not really his stomping grounds. His stomping grounds is like I said, in the rural Texas, in the back hick woods, the you know, the rundown buildings, slaughterhouses. That's all his playground, you know. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna inject some new life into him. It's gonna be pretty cool, yeah, to see him running around a beautiful suburban neighborhood with a loud ass chainsaw, you know. That'd be crazy. All right, so yeah, let's not get carried away here. Yeah, so it epitomizes suburban bliss. However, lurking just beyond the confines of this idyllic enclave lies an abandoned property, home to the infamous Leatherface and his macabre kin. As chaos descends upon Oasis Oaks, ordinary families are pitted against the savage Sawyers in a harrowing battle for survival, where the lines between good and evil blur in chilling confrontation of familial horrors. Yeah, that's crazy, because it says right here that it says apparently they're going to be going against the Sawyer, you know, because it says here ordinary families are pitted against the savage Sawyers. So to me, that sounds like Leatherface might not be working alone, bro. That fool might be having help from his other family members this time, you know? Because in the movie, only in the first one I really remember. Oh, and actually, the Texas Chainsaw Leatherface 3. In the first one, Leatherface actually has help from the hitchhiker guy, huh? He's the one who he gets in the car and then cuts himself and marks it with his blood, and then when they stop by the gas station, they know that's a marked car, you know, that's a targeted car. So he had help before by his family members. Also in Texas Chainsaw 3, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 that came out like in the early 90s, like 90 or 91, he also has help from his family members. I think the other white dude with the jean overalls, I think he goes out and helps him trap people too and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool, because yeah, you never really see that much. Usually it's just Leatherface at the end, facing off against them, you know. And I think yeah, in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and the 2003 remake, he does go. They do fight against the family a bit. I would say more in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. Yeah, you see Arlie Ermey, rest in peace, fight, what is it called, beat up those Vietnam guys. Oh shit, my bad right there, my bad. Had a little scuffle with the dogs right here. But you see Arlie Ermey, Sheriff Hoyt, you know, you see him beat up not Kemper. It's in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, the two brothers that were supposed to go to Vietnam. Yeah, and yeah, one of them, Dean, smashes Sheriff Hoyt's teeth. So yeah, you've seen that before, them fighting the Sawyers themselves, you know, but not too much. So this sounds cool though. This sounds like it might be bigger. All right, let's continue. So yes, families are pitted against the savage Sawyers in a harrowing battle for survival, where the lines between good and evil blur in a chilling confrontation of familial horrors. That sounds like a good time to me. That you see, that does sound like a good time. That does sound like a very good time. So it says here, that sounds like a good time to me. I'm always on board to watch a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And I like the sound of this one. For one thing, it's good to hear that Leatherface is going to be accompanied by some macabre kin this time around, since he went solo in Texas Chainsaw 3D. I also like that this isn't another story about people on road trip wandering into trouble, because there needs to be more chainsaw movies that don't involve road trippers. 2024 marks the 50th anniversary of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so here's hoping they can get Texas Chainsaw Legacy through production and into the world before the end of the year. How does Texas Chainsaw Legacy sound to you? Let us know by leaving a comment. Yeah, that's also very interesting what they said right there, is that, yeah, almost, I mean, what do you mean almost? Every Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie has to do with some out-of-town road trippers, right? Yep. That's so right. Like I was saying, yeah, having Leatherface going to the suburbs is really going to inject new life into his character. It's going to bring him home, basically. You know, it's going to bring him home where you and I live, you know, like now we could picture Leatherface in the suburbs, you know, like not just Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, Chucky, you know. Now Leatherface is this is Leatherface stomping ground now, the suburbs. And yeah, I like what they said right here. I also like that this isn't another story about people on a road trip wandering into trouble. That's, yeah, because there needs to be more chainsaw movies that don't involve road trippers. You see? Yep. So yeah, so having this Oasis Oaks gated rich community a few miles away from the ruins of the old Sawyer house, you know, that sounds perfect. You know, there could be like some woods in between the community and the Sawyer house, so like in if there's like chase scenes, we could have some awesome woods chase scenes too, with Leatherface and his chainsaw. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, this sounds like it's gonna be a good time. Hopefully this movie gets made. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like this kind of went over my head, this news. I'm barely getting to it now, because I was finishing up my fan film, The Ghostface, but I finally got to it now. And I hope more of you are into Leatherface stuff, because yeah, I really love Leatherface. Like I said, we love all the horror characters here too. All of them are welcome here. And yeah, it took me a while to get to this video, but it's finally here. And like I always say, Hollywood Horror Film Club, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button. It really helps us out in the algorithm. Share these videos with everyone you know, so we can keep making more horror content here on the channel. Comment below. Follow us on Instagram at Hollywood Horror Film Club. And catch y'all next time.